Alright, we are here. Now, before we get started, first thing I'm going to do is make sure my audio at least sounds clear for while it's working. So I'm going to hope that this is working right now. But here's what we're going to do. For those of you that were not around last week, or technically Sunday, I guess. And this is just me listing myself. Okay, so game audio needs to go up a little bit. There's basically going to be me doing a lot of this throughout the episode. But the long and short of it is when I tried to stream Skyward Sword this last Sunday, I was having an issue where it was dropping my game audio and it was dropping my mic audio completely. Now, the picture on it was just fine, but it would make this noise that sounded akin to if you've ever held a watch up close to your ear and heard that ticking noise. Imagine it doing that, but instead of every second, it was once every 10 seconds. And we had that issue multiple times, and I called it early and figured out, well, not figured out the issue, but figured it would be something that I would have to do on my own time. And it looks like there's several things it could be. I have messed with a few minor things, did a little bit of research, and found out one of the issues might have been, of all things, that it shares, OBS shares some audio settings with iTunes, and because I refused to update my iTunes, because the newer one was causing a lot of problems whenever I was plugging in iPod Nano, iPad, that type of thing, that it was having that sort of issue. So I've updated all of my audio-based systems, so I don't think it's that. If this issue does occur, as you guys can see, probably not that well, but when we get into the game, you'll be able to see it, in the top right of the screen, if at any point the audio just drops whatsoever, and I'm actually going to switch over to it now, if I can see it. I want you to type in !audio if it comes up at any point. I'll see that. It's fine if you have some other way to do it, but that's the big way. And I will switch over to this page right here. So with this page, and I'm going to mute the audio here for these. There we go. So if this issue comes up, you'll see this image. If you've got any idea on how to fix this, let me know, because this is one, honestly, I've seen 80 million different answers for. Doesn't seem to be a concrete issue, or a concrete solution to it. So during that time, I'll try to figure out how to do it. I'll let you guys know if I try to restart the page or if anything needs to be put back up. It is also 100% possible that Twitch was having an off day, OBS was having an off day, whatever the case may be, and we may not have that problem at all. And if we don't, that would be great. I would love to not have that problem again. But if it does come up, I do at least have a plan for it. This will be up. There will be some background music playing, so you won't have to worry about it just being this image with nothing going on. I'll probably keep my audio up as I explain what I'm searching through to try to find things. But I will be listening the entire time to my stream in my own ears, which is going to be very weird, but at the very least, I have some semblance of a plan. So with that said, let's actually get back to the game here, because I do plan on playing this today. So I'm going to make sure one more time that sounds good. There's a bit of a delay, probably by about 10 to 15 seconds on my end, and sadly there's no way to boost that. So if I just go quiet for 15 seconds, but you're not hearing the ticking noise and the game audio is still good, it's probably me just checking the audio, if anything. And it still sounds decent right now. I actually am, while I'm thinking about it, very quickly going to not switch to intermission fully, but I am going to mess with this and change it to a lighter color. There we go. That's a lot easier to see. It'll vary with the game being different colors and whatnot, but hopefully that will be a little bit easier to read than the purple will. So, now that I've screwed around for a solid 7 minutes, which is probably closer to 5, let's actually play some Mario 64 here. Since I can find the right earbud to plug in here. My headphones are definitely going, which is fine, because these are just, pretty inexpensive ones. So it shouldn't be that much of an issue. But, eventually I'm just going to have to replace them. So yes, I know this game's been done about 85 trillion times. I've done my own LP of it, I've raced people in this. This is just straight up Virtual Console, Super Mario 64. nothing else other than practice, or not practice, nothing else other than making sure that the audio works fine. I am not incredibly low skill at this, as you can see by the 120 stars. I have 100% of this game many times. In fact, I did that very recently. Finished it up last night. Don't know if I'm going to do 70 stars, 120 stars, just play till I feel like it, whatever the case may be. But I can safely say I will not be the best player at this game you've ever seen, and I will not be the worst player you've ever seen at this game. I am probably in, like, the top 60 percentile, roughly. So I'm not a genius or anything, but, you know, I'm decent enough at the game. Interested in getting Mario Maker 2 this summer? I would, but I'm saving up for a convention that I'm going to go to at the very start of August, so I'm trying desperately not to spend any money, which is very upsetting because I also want to get Animal Crossing incredibly badly, and it's just taunting me at this point. I'm very excited for that Animal Crossing game, so I'm going to have to hold off as best I can. Now, something I am going to do after stream, if you are still subscribed to my YouTube channel, anybody watching, I am going to put up 2 videos today. I'm going to put up another Bioshock Infinite video. It's all, you know, updated, it's ready to go, all that good stuff. Also, I'm not doing the stars in order, so don't expect me to. I thought I was going to be able to do it without getting hit there. Oh well. But the other thing I'm going to put up is an update video for checking out the new camcorder I've got, which is mostly to vlog for that convention, but just a general update video will be going up at the end of the month to kind of talk about plans for June and whatnot. The short version of it on here is I start up summer classes the 10th of June. Yes, I know, I got a power star. Thanks for letting me know. I'll be starting up classes on the 10th of June, and that's pretty much going to run until about the time I leave for the convention, and I'll be at the convention until the 5th of August, and I'm not sure offhand when fall classes start up, but I might immediately be going into the fall semester, like, right after that happens. There might be, like, a week or 2 break for me, but I'm not 100% certain about that yet. I need to check that schedule. It varies based on a lot of stuff. You know how it works. The Monday doesn't always fall on the same day in August, all that type of thing. That was genius. I'm glad I just ran right into that. But either way, after that's all done, I'll obviously be moving out, so if schedule gets a little bit wonky after the, I mean, I wouldn't worry about it during the summer classes, but if it gets wonky after August, don't be surprised. I'm well aware that that's, you know, quite a ways away, but just a reminder on that. Also, stream schedule might be a little bit different for next week, because I've got a lot of work coming in, which is good, because that's money I'm saving for the convention, and for games and all that good stuff, so it's not bad or anything, mind you. Just keep in mind it might be a little bit weird for that. Had a huge break of really not having much for work, and now all of a sudden it's just kind of coming out of nowhere. Here we go! So happy. So I'm curious, what's everybody's story with this game? Because everybody has a story with this game, whether you've, like, seen people play it a million times and haven't played it yourself, or never 100%ed it, or, you know, like, just did the glitch to get to Bowser at the end of the game, whatever it might be. Everybody's got a story with this game. I feel like that would be, like, the tagline for this game, is everyone has a story with this game. And for me personally, I didn't play this until, I mean, I came into the gaming scene by my age standard. I came in pretty late. I didn't start gaming till I was about 9, so that would have been about 2004. So this would have been out for a while, and, like, the big stuff would have been Smash Melee, you know, like all the GameCube stuff, basically, or GameCube, Xbox, PS2 era would have been the big thing, and then eventually, of course, the 360 as well. So I kind of missed out on this, but I also missed out on Mario Sunshine. So really my first Mario 64 style game was actually Mario Galaxy 1. Which is probably a very good one to start with, I think, which is why I had Icarus play it. Ooh, I almost fell there. Getting a little too fancy for my own good. But I didn't play this until much later, and, like, this game is a broken mess, don't get me wrong. It is 100% a broken mess. Like, without question, it is broken. Now I gotta wait for him to get here. But I still do like it. There's a couple stages I don't like in particular, and I'm looking at Tiny Huge Island with a giant neon target on its back. Really not a fan of Tiny Huge Island. Just not a fan at all. I think this is a fun game to play. I think it's a fun game to, like, break. It's, you know, like, you can play this in a goofy way and get lots of game overs, or you can play it in a very tech-heavy way and end up with, like, 60 lives or more by the time you fight Bowser. But I think largely I do enjoy the game. There's a couple spots I really don't like. But, that said, every star has a way you can, like, glitch it or just find some way to cheat that you do it the way... You don't do it the way the game intends for you to do. The first star in Snowman's Land is what I'm thinking of, using the cannon, that type of thing. That said, this game is also fun for the glitches, just because, like, a lot of stars, if you know how to glitch them, you can get the stars very quickly. Like, even this one, for example, like, I'm not even glitching this one, I'm doing this just kind of fast, but it's not going to take me more than 90 seconds to get the star. It's a very quick star to pick up. Which is why all the videos of when I did this game for an LP are, like, super short, because I just did a world per video, and then did all the secret stars in one video, but a lot of the episodes were really short because of this. You can just fly through a lot of these. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do it. I was kind of thinking yes or no on this one, but I think the one of finding the 5 secrets will be the one I do the 100 coin star for, rather than the 8 red coins. The 8 red coins here aren't too terribly bad. There's a couple stages that they're a little bit of a pain, but this one's not horrible. This is, oddly enough, one of, like, the slower levels to 100% for their early stages. World 2, like, Womp's Fortress is very easy to finish off. Snowman's Land, or whatever World 4 is called. I always get that one confused with World 10 for the names, but they're both, like, both the ice levels are super easy to finish quickly. Jolly Roger Bay, you still need the metal cap for, but for a water stage, it goes by pretty quickly, all things considered. But this one, not so much. I'd say this is probably the slowest level of, even probably till you get up to about Hazy Maze Cave. Hazy Maze Cave was kind of slow. And I'm not really big on Hazy Maze Cave either. If I had to pick, like, a bottom 3 for my least favorite worlds in this game, it would be, well, obviously, Tiny Huge Island would be number 1. Like, there's no question about that. I hate that stage. That's the only one I genuinely do not like. Hazy Maze Cave would probably be the second one. I would say Shifting Sandland would be the third. And Shifting Sandland only has a couple of annoying stars, not too many. It's namely like having to get to the top of the inside of the pyramid, that kind of thing. And just how a lot of the stage is hazardous, where you can't even walk on it. Which both helps and hurts, because it helps, because then you know that there's less stuff to cover. But it also hurts, because then you can't explore as much. Like, in this stage, you can get just about anywhere you want to go, but not so much in Shifting Sandland. Booyah! Haha! Perfect shot! Right into that Goomba. The upside of having the audio in my earbuds so loud is I can actually just have it near my ear and still hear myself pretty clearly. Also, I did not want to go in here. I'm gonna back out of this. I know this one can be done without the wing cap, but I'd rather not, so I'm not going to. We'll just move right along to Womp's Fortress. Maybe at some point I will kind of do like a versus race against somebody in this game. Not sure who I would race, though. I don't know a lot of people that play this game very often. Like, at least to where they'd be able to, you know, perform decently enough to be able to race me on it. And I'm not saying I'm, like, insanely good. I've already messed up multiple times on multiple things, but to at least where it's not one side completely annihilating the other. Okay, not sure why that happened. Hello. Oh no, another boss! Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people know about this glitch already. About how if you're in the middle of a ground pound animation for whatever reason, you just go through him. Makes him really easy. And he was already pretty easy. I'd say he's a little bit harder than King Bob-omb, but that's only because if you don't know about that glitch, he would be a little bit harder on later hits when he doesn't stay stunned for as long. Pretty much all you have to do for King Bob-omb is let him start walking, otherwise he won't let you get behind him, but even then that's not too bad. Also, I'm still kind of on the fence, speaking of which, about Sword and Shield. I know you typed that, you know, a while back. I'm still kind of on the fence about Sword and Shield. I want to see more from it to know if I'm actually going to pick this up or not. I want to see a little bit more from the evolution line of the starters to know if there's anything I'd actually be interested in using. Or I might just ditch the starter altogether. I've done that before with Chespin. I ditched him, so it's not outside of the realm of possibility. Also, enjoy that Bullet Bill going on the screen. That's the only time he'll be seen in the entire game. He's not anywhere else. But I would like a little bit more information to kind of know about what we're getting into. I mean, the game looks gorgeous, don't get me wrong, but I want to know a little bit more about not even the world, but just like, is the playstyle similar to Sun and Moon? Is, you know, like, what's changed? What's been new here? Or even if they went back to just, you know, the old style, I'd be okay with that. If it was like, you know, Gen 3 or Gen 2, I'd be okay with that. Alright, Shoot into the Wild Blue, one of my favorite stars to just say, no, I'm not doing this the way you intended. See, that was like, not speedrun fast, but that was a pretty good speed, I would say, for that one. Just like, go and get it, get your star, move right along. We could go fight Bowser, I'm not going to. Also, expect me to get all the secret stars at one time, except for the 8 red coins in the Bowser stages, the first 2. Obviously, I'll get the last one last. And the caps. The invisible cap, the metal cap, the wing cap. I'll get all those whenever I show up to those areas. But aside from that, for the secret stars, I'll probably save those for the end. If we get that far. And we probably won't. This game is pretty short if you know what you're doing. But I'm not sure if I'm going to just sit here and 100% it. We'll kind of see how it goes. This is a very easy 100 coin star right here. Like, we barely scaled them out and we were already 64 out of 100 right here. Dude, go get it. Just sit there and do nothing. I was gonna say talk to the Bob-omb, but you only need him for one mission in this game, and even then, it's not... I don't need him right now. That is like one of the very last missions I got completed in this game when I first played, was the one where... Because I didn't realize you were supposed to hit the corner of the wall. Like, outside of the title, you don't get any hints or anything like that. It was just back in the day where you just figured it out, or your friends told you, or you didn't figure it out. So it took me ages to figure that one out. And I think they kept that one for the DS version, did they not? I don't remember. I really don't like the DS version of this game. I do not think it is good. And I did not mean to fall there. But I think the DS version is exceedingly poor and does not do a good job. I think it's partially the control, because this game runs really smoothly on a GameCube controller, as most things that get ported to the GameCube do. Not all of them. Super Mario RPG might be a good example of one that doesn't, just because, you know, Y is run and B is jump, and having to hold down Y and B to move is kind of weird. Yeah, you're not gonna go down there, I'm sorry. I know you want to fall off the stage, but I'm gonna have to, take a hard pass there. And I have to make sure not to screw around with the camera too much here, because I know how the camera has problems in this game. The camera, honestly, is my biggest gripe with this game. I know this is, like, one of the first 3D games, and so I should give it a little bit of credit, but, I mean, you know, you can only give so much credit. Like, it can only go so far before you have to say, okay, this is a problem. At this point, we don't need to... Okay, 6. Good. We should have 6. This is something else I also didn't figure out for the longest time. Was how to get that stupid thing to cooperate. I believe that was also coin number 100 when I last got this star. I think that was the exact one right there. It was on this arrow. Thankfully, you can just save and keep playing. Take notes, Mario Sunshine. We did not want to have to do the 100 coin star by itself. It was already a pain in a lot of levels. You might as well just let us do it all at once. I give Mario Sunshine a lot of crap, but like I do like the game. It's just the blue coins are a nightmare. Like that's the real kick in the teeth for me in that game is the blue coins. And I feel like there's not a big kick in the teeth in this game. There's not one that's like the 100 coin star, like it still sucks, but it's in Sunshine. I don't feel like the Galaxy games have any kicks in the teeth other than the last stage in 2, but that was when they had started doing that like uber difficult stage for the very last stage in the game. So like it wasn't too uncommon at that point to see that kind of thing. It also wasn't uncommon to see that issue happen. I had this problem a lot when I did this like a day and a half ago, where I just kept glitching off the side of the cage. Because again, the big issue here is not the control, it's the camera. Well, I guess the camera control, but the camera is the big problem on this one. Also, if you hear noise in the background, it's actually not my folks for once. It has just been thundering. It has been hailing like mad for the last week. It's hailed like 4 separate days this week. It's crazy. And I mean, it's been flash flooding a lot too, which is really bad. It hasn't like messed up my internet connection outside of one day, which is why we didn't stream yesterday. But it was bad enough to where on like a smaller sized car, in some places in town, it was getting like up to the windows, which is not good. But if you've ever been to my town and seen the drainage system, there is none, then you would know why that's an issue. But yeah, it's not been pretty. And the reason we didn't stream the day before last is, well, our family dog kind of sort of passed away, so. But if it makes you feel any better, he was old and deaf and blind, and he just passed away in his sleep. He didn't get hit by a car or anything like that, so. It was just his time. Of course I missed it by just a little bit. I should have just gone the normal way. That would have been smarter. I'm impressed I was that accurate. Because the last time I did that, I just went the long way. I'm impressed I was that close. Alright, let's try that again. Dude, that hit the corner. Don't tell me it didn't. I'm pretty sure I hit it lower when I did it recently off stream, and it counted. There. Give me that crap. I don't trust you anymore. Now I'm gonna go the long way. If you've ever had that star in like a Mario 64 style game, where it's like the first time you get pretty close to getting it and you just like make a mistake at the end and it's like, alright, I'll go do it again. And then you make a mistake the second time that was even like, it was before the previous one you made, and so you weren't even close that time, and then you just get farther and farther away from your goal the more attempts you take when the first time you were so close. Not gonna risk it. Just give me the star, I'll move on. Speaking of moving on, let's move towards the wing cap. If you've not heard this song, by the way, done by Smooth McGroove, like, after the stream, go and look it up. It's phenomenal. Really, all of his work's phenomenal, but I love his Starman theme. It's great. It is nothing beyond amazing. Man, I wish I had figured out how to do that effectively as a kid. I was so bad at that as a kid. It's just because, like, the second that your momentum starts getting screwed up, or not even momentum, but, like, just getting used to the gliding, the second it gets screwed up, it's so hard to regain control. It's so hard. It's ridiculously hard. And yeah, I forgot to hit the button. There we go. Man, almost like right in the center of that, too. Nice. Let's get out of here. Yeah, thankfully I don't think that takes away life. But we might as well go back to stage 1 here. So we can get stars 14 and 15. Let's do it. I remember one of the things that always surprised me about getting the 100 coin stars was how limited you were in coins in World 3. Like, you'd think World 3, it would be like, you know, it wouldn't be too strict on you, but there's only 104 coins in the stage. And I think Dire Dire Docks, there's like 109? Somewhere in that range. But there's really not that many. And with, like, the blue coin switch, that means if you miss a single blue coin that you can't get it. I mean, that's pretty rough, all things considered. I can never decide if it's worth my time to actually get these guys and throw them for the one singular coin they drop. Mostly just to do— whoa, hello! You're okay. Hey, hey, hey. See, this is why I don't like having to hunt for these things. Whoa, what the— okay, it definitely just tried to make me pick up a bomb that I already picked up. That was the thing that happened. I'm glad it happened, that's good. Like I said, this game's a broken mess. Holy cow. I mean, like, I'm willing to bet if anybody that worked on this game in, like, any sense of length went back and looked at this, they'd probably just weep. They're like, oh, man. To them, this is probably them, like, a normal programmer looking back and, like, looking at code they wrote on, like, their first day at their new job. Just, oh my gosh, it's painful. Whoa, hello. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother. Not even gonna bother with that thing. Don't do the shell sliding unless you really need to, which I think Worlds 7 and 10 are the only ones where you might consider doing that. I think 10 you actually have to for the— well, you know, you don't have to for the blue coins, but it helps a lot. That was a very southern— it helps. There's also something I didn't know about this stage for the longest time. Well, hold on. Get out of here. Freaking Goombas. You can actually run around these and they drop coins. Like, what? I didn't know about this for the longest time. That would have saved me a bit of trouble. It's 20 coins right there. Running around these 4 poles. I always thought you had to ground pound them in a certain order, because that's what you normally do with these things, but no, you just run around in circles. This Goomba is not sure what I'm doing. Hi! Just give him a nice big ol' hug. He'll be fine. Oh good, we're starting this problem again. Oh, there we go. That'll work. Hey, hey! This enemy does a great job of, like, surrounding you and making it impossible for you to attack it once it's spotted you. Case in point, get out of here. Which is odd, because they, like, outside of this stage, and I think Tall Mountain, they don't really show up hardly at all. They might occasionally show up in, like, a Bowser stage, but nothing serious. Give me that one up. Should have done that the first time I was collecting the red coins. Would have gotten it done a lot faster. I don't think there's anything back here, but I'm going to check anyway. I'm pretty sure all the coins are later. Whoa, hello. Oh, good. Yeah, there's one coin here. I'm glad I came back for this. Which I didn't even come back for because there's nothing in there. There's a lot of blocks in this game with just nothing in them, which is really weird. Like, for the time, I guess it isn't weird, but now it's just every time you break one of those, you just expect something to be there. So when there's not, you're kind of like, okay, what's going on? I think that's all of them. So, we'll get 90 from Red Coin 8, and then I'll just pick up 10 in the sky. Which, since I had to pick up 5 of them anyway, it's not that big a deal. Ooh, that was a bit close. I'm having some near misses with the cannons, and based on some of the later stages, that's not a good omen. Dude, what are you doing? You're supposed to get the wing cap. That was why you waited on doing this. I'm sure that probably hurt like hell. I'm sorry, Mario. Alright, so if I remember correctly, you placed the very bottom of the triangle on the top of the coin. No, must have gotten that wrong. Oh well. Let's go back and get the other ones I missed. Yeah, sometimes you kind of just have to let the momentum and the poor control kind of just wean itself out from natural wear and tear, as it were. Because sometimes it really doesn't want to play nice with you. And I'm okay with not grabbing that star right away since it's just going to drop me. That'll work. I will say I'm very glad the wing cap idea, like, as cool as this is, I'm so glad you don't have to do this for, like, a majority of the stars in this game, because holy cow, this would be a nightmare. If I had to do this, like, once per stage, I would lose my mind. I think you have to do it, like, jeez, it's like 3 times maybe throughout the game, including this, and you don't have to do it here. Shifting Sandland, you gotta do it once. That's the only one that's coming to immediate mind, though. Oh my gosh, this is just... There's no way to explain how weirdly this controls. There's nothing quite like having to control the wing cap in this game. It's so hard to explain. That's going to damage me immediately. That's what I thought. Yeah, see, when you just do a normal jump like this from the ground, it's fine. But when you do it with a cannon, oh man. You're ready to explore quite the adventure. Alright, that takes care of that world. Let's get out of here and move to Dire Docks. Which is not Dire Docks, it's Jolly Roger Bay. I don't know why I always get the water and ice names confused in these worlds. They're not that hard to remember. At least I didn't get confused with Wet Dry World, though. That would have been embarrassing. Like, at least Dire Docks is kind of like this stage is. With its sleep-inducing music. Like, say, if there was any music to put on while you're trying to fall asleep, it's this song. This is also something I did not realize when playing this game for the first time, is I had a lot of issue with this one, because you're trying to coax the eel to come out from its hiding spot. But because this is a very old game, and by very old I mean 22 years. No, 23 years. Sorry, 96. 23 years old. You think I'd remember that? It's just slightly younger than me. You actually have to completely surface out of the water in order for the eel to come out because of limitations in the game. The eel can't come out while you're on that level of existence of being under the water. I think Mario 64 DS also might have spoiled that for me, where I distinctly remember it not being a problem, and it was, because in the DS version it wasn't a problem. So I could be 100% wrong there and just thinking of it incorrectly. Alright, let's see if I can pull this off here. There's a trick to... This is just opening the chests in order. This isn't the trick, but... If you swim fast enough after you hit the last switch, because it wants you to platform up here, and platforming that entire section is just an absolute nightmare. But you can just swim up to it and get it that way. Because it won't let you hit the box while it's underwater. But if you swim up to it before the thing goes down, you don't have to do all the platforming. Because it is... Honestly, it's some of the worst platforming in the entire game, and that's saying a lot for World 3. World 3's got a lot of weird stuff in it, for some reason. I need to get the bomb on while I'm over here, otherwise I'm going to forget. This is also a common issue of trying to jump out of the water like this. There we go. Now I'm trying to think how many worlds you need the cannon to get stuff. World 1, yes. World 2, yes. World 3, yes. World 4, yes. World 5, as far as I'm aware, there's not even a cannon period, so no. Hazy Maze Cave, I don't believe so. Lethal Lava Land, you don't really need it. You can kind of cheat on that one, and it's not even glitching. It's just sacrificing some health to get ahead and not using the cannon, so no. World 8, Shifting Sandland, yes. World 9, yes. World 10, no, but it helps. It helps. Let's see, World 11. What is World 11? Why am I blanking on that? I'm gonna die because I just touched that eel. Yep, oh well. World 11. What is World 11? Why am I blanking on that? Is World 11 Snowman's Land? No, I'm pretty sure it's 10. What is 11? Why am I blanking on this? 12's Telltale Mountain, you don't need it there. It seems like you do, but you don't. 13, Tiny Huge Island, yes, you do need it there. 14 is TikTok Clock, as far as I'm aware, there's no cannon. Rainbow Ride, yes, you need it. What is World 11? Why am I blanking on this? Seriously, I should know the answer to this. What is World... I just got done playing this game, like, this morning. I wasn't playing World 11, mind you. I was playing, like, Worlds 14 and 15 and all the Secret Stars, but I should still know this. Oh my gosh, of course. Get back up there. Luckily, this was before the days of Galaxy where you could just get full health by jumping in the water. Probably because it was too hard to program. The whole issue that would bring. He's still in there, isn't he? Yeah, he is. Get out of here! Give me your nice little shiny star. I want it. Whoa, camera, it's alright. You're okay. You're fine. You're good. It's okay. There we go. That's a very tight window to hit right there. You don't have to get it right there, but like just the box that you have to tick is very tiny. Seriously, what is World 11? Why can I not remember this? That's actually really bugging me that I can't remember what World 11 is. Treasure the Ocean Cave. Yeah, we're not doing that one. Not immediately, though. This one's faster. If I screw up the shot, we'll go do it, but hopefully I won't. Nope, slightly too high. Alright. We'll go do it then. We don't make mistakes, just happy little accidents. Which you can kind of do in Mario 64 when you can go for a lot of stars at once. It's like, oh, missed the cannon shot. Guess I'll do this since it just blasted me over here. That's like half the stars in Tall Tall Mountain. Like, oh, well, I fell down here. Didn't mean to go this way, but I guess I'll do this one now. I'm trying to remember what type of stage it is and seeing if that helps me, but I'm still not getting anything here. Dude. Well, almost looked fancy and prepped for it, but I guess not. Oh well. Alright, let's try that cannon shot again. At least I didn't miss it by much, so now I know how much to correct for it. Yeah, I could do the red coins. Still gonna take my chances and take a second attempt at this. Let's say right about there. Nice, right where I wanted. Bang, 19 stars. Yeah, maybe we'll go ahead and do the 70 stars in just one sitting. It kind of depends on how much I slow down when I start getting to tougher levels, though. Alright, red coins on the ship. Let's go ahead and do the 100 coins while we're here, I guess. I really don't like the 100 coins in this stage, though. Again, because there's so few of them. We'll get the above water ones first, though, and then go back for the below water ones. Normally I long jump this, and now I gotta be all pristine and careful. Which is weird for this game, because I feel like the less careful you play, the better you do. Case in point. Should probably grab these while I'm here, though, because I always forget about this ring of coins around this pillar. I guess this is supposed to be the indication that you're supposed to do something with the cannon to get over here, but because the coins only spawn when you get to a certain distance, and you're usually not swimming over here, you'll either take the cannon and fly across to get to the lower underwater part, or you're just going to take the upper path because you figure it's faster than swimming. You're probably not going to notice them unless you're going for the red coins. Which I guess it's the star after that, but still. That might just be one of those things I didn't think about, though, was just limitations of the hardware and how far it could go in terms of being able to see things from draw distance. Though there's a 50% chance it was the limitation of the hardware, and a 50% chance that the people that wrote this game thought there was that limitation on the hardware when it actually could have handled a bit more. Because it's an early game, it's very hard to figure out if it's one or the other. Because it might have just been, yeah, the hardware couldn't handle, you know, going that far, or it could have also been, it could have handled going farther, the programmers just didn't believe that it could because it was still a new system at the time and all that, yada yada yada. Just in terms of development for the N64, there's a lot of, not so much controversy about it, well, I guess if you're a Sega fan, there's some controversy about it, but in terms of its processing power, there was a lot to it at the time. Basically, they, for those of you that care about your one page of internet history, or video game history, the place where Nintendo got the, oh, it was part of the processing power. I can't remember what part of the CPU specifically it was, but they basically bought it from a third-party company, and at the time, it was still incomplete, and the guys that they bought it from had initially offered it to Sega, and Sega saw that it was a broken mess and went, no, we don't want it. But Nintendo saw that they declined the offer and said, hey, we'll work with you to make the software better. And it turns out, with almost no input from Nintendo, like, it was almost actually pretty close to what they were looking for as it was. It could process things, like, at about 3 times the speed of the current leading software, video game-wise, which would have been the Sega Saturn. So, yeah, I'd say they made a good choice on on, you know, capitalizing on Sega's mistake. And nowadays we just think of Sega mistakes being pretty common, but back then Sega actually used to be pretty good. Despite all the fact that the N64 had going for it, it was still the lowest grossing system of the three in the United States, and was still lower grossing than the Sega Saturn and the Japanese versions. They also didn't make enough of the N64s initially, and in fact, they were all pre-ordered and, as a result, sold out pretty much immediately on, I believe, the first 2 shipments of the console. The only reason I know all this is because I did a presentation on it semi-recently. Turns out you kind of have to know your stuff when you're going through that. Okay, where's this last red coin? I don't need it, but... I got the one up here, yes? I did get it. Alright, so it's got to be the one back here, then. Camera, I'm just trying to get you to go under there. You go. I just gotta remember where the stupid thing is. Again, I don't really need it, but if I'm gonna go for the 8 red coins, like, I might as well. Am I just being a dumbass and I just miss it? Dude, I'm not hitting that. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, that would have been 1. The shell's there. That's 2. Oh, right, it's down at the bottom. Duh. Nice job, me. Yeah, it's like way down at the bottom of this thing. I completely forgot about it. Though, to be fair, I forgot something else about not Jolly Roger Bay, but this area. There was a secret star when I was playing this morning. I couldn't for the life of me remember where it was. And it was the one that was in the room where the Jolly Roger Bay painting is. And I couldn't remember that. And it was like... It's like usually the 3rd or 4th one people get. It's right there in plain sight. Like, I remembered the secret slide, the 2nd secret slide. I remembered the hidden Rainbow Ride-esque level. Remembered all those, but... Nope, something early in the game. No, I can't remember that. Alright, get down there. There we go. Sure, take the one up if you want. You usually end up with like 60 by the end of the game here. I'm pretty sure we're good at this point because I think there is a ring. Yep, there it is. Number 20. And there's 1 of 3, and that Goomba that I, well, not refused to kill, but the Goomba I ignored, he's 1 of 4. That is every coin in this level. You need 100 coins, and there's all 104 of them. Lowest one in the game. I believe the highest in the game is like 212, and I think it's actually Tiny Huge Island, which makes sense since you're going back and forth between 2 levels, but I would not spend any more time in that level than I need to. It's just so easy to die. Like, the small half of it, you can't get around anywhere because you don't have any, like, you know, the walls and all are too high. And on Huge Island, it's so easy to get hit by, like, a tiny Goomba or some other small enemy that'll just push you off the cliff and kill you. It's ridiculous. Alright. So that leaves... Is that all in that stage? Or am I still forgetting one? Yeah, okay. That's just the other one I can't get. I need the metal cap for that. You can technically do it without, but it's kind of tricky, so I'm not going to worry about it. Because anything that involves tricky is probably not a good thing. If Star Fox Adventures has taught us anything, the less he is involved, the better our lives will be. Alright, Snowman's Land. Cool Cool Mountain, not Snowman's Land. Try that again. Dude, you gotta get these names right. I'll lose credibility if I can't remember the levels in Mario 64. I can remember, like, what the names are, but it's not in the right order. Might also just be that I played Cool Cool Mountain first, but... Or more recently, I should say, not first. I will say, I think Cool Cool Mountain's actually probably an easier stage overall than this. Just because, like, you can't really fall off of the world in Cool Cool Mountain. Here, you can at least fall off the stage entirely. I don't think you really can in Cool Cool Mountain. There's some ice water that can kill you with hypothermia. That's probably the worst offender. I guess the snowman killing you, but most of the other stuff's it's not too bad. It's just hard to navigate, not so much gonna kill you. Alright, let's do this one. Get up there. Never have I ever done this the way you're supposed to, as far as I can tell. I think you're supposed to take him down a much faster way than this, but, like, why would you bother when you could do it this way? Get back down here. You're not supposed to be able to walk up that wall. Come on. Down you get. Yes, thank you, Mr. 1-Up. I appreciate that. Now that I've got 14 lives, I'll go back to what I was doing. There we go. No, don't go back up there. Seriously, you're not supposed to be able to climb that wall. I can't tell if he's actually just trying to run away from me, or... Okay, you stay there. There we go. I think you're supposed to take him down the mountain normally, but, like, you could just take the fall damage and save a lot of time, so... Here. There's your kid. He's gonna be Spider-Man in the future. He'll be Spider-Penguin. 50% spider, 50% penguin. 100% pain in the ass when he turns into a penguin teenager. Alright. Sadly, I can't cheat this time on the race and take the shortcut, but no big deal. This is another one that, I wouldn't say it gave me a lot of trouble, but it was very obnoxious as a kid, was doing this one. Just because this is old school style rubber banding, where if you get ahead, he'll just fly. Just ridiculous amount. I mean, Mario Kart 64 was not exempt from this either, but... You just be like, oh, I'm taking all the corners, I'm going as fast as I can, and then he'll just fly by you like this, and it's like, oh, okay. That corner's always the worst right there. But pretty much once you get ahead of him the second time, he can't really catch up. Hi. I remember when Versus channel did this. I don't remember who it was. I think it was Josh. Walked out the door before the penguin, like, gave him the star, and so he just missed it completely as a result. Which is a shame, because it's a very easy star to get. And the 100 coin star is also very easy, as you could probably imagine. In fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and do the 100 coins now. Usually it's a good idea to do the 100 and the 8 red at the same time. Not always, but usually. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and do it now. Because you get like half of them just from doing the slide. No. And for anybody that's not played this game before and has not figured it out, the blues are worth 5 and the reds are worth 2 apiece. Which is why the blue coin switch is so vital to get in a lot of stages. Because you either A, need it, or B, it cuts down on having to get a lot of harder to get coins. Yeah, see, there you go. There's 73 right there. Yeah, you go ahead and cry over there about your missing kid. I already saved him once. I'm not doing it again. Now, I'll admit, this is something I don't know very much about in this game, is all the warp locations. I know where a fair few of them are, like this one, but I don't know where a lot of them are. There's like one in not Tiny Huge Island, Tall Tall Mountain that I always forget exists, and then when I step in that spot, I just suddenly get warped and I'm trying to figure out what was going on. I think this is only 10. Yeah. Which, again, why would they give you more than that? You don't need it, so I get it. Okay, there's number 7, and I know where 8 is, so we'll grab that. Oh god, that snowman. That was, I think, the second to last or last star I got, along with the one of getting the one where you had to break the wall in stage 2. That snowman one caused me so much grief. It took me forever to figure out the trick to that one. It's not even that hard either, it's just was too stupid to figure it out. No offense if you were too stupid to figure it out, I just said I was, so. Alright, there's 8 red coins. This is why it's so easy to gain lives, though. If you are going for the 100 coins and then get another star, there's 2 1-ups right there. So, alright, Snowman's lost his head. Even though he lost his body, sort of. I don't know, it's hard to explain. They're both sentient by themselves. It's weird. But he says, like, he needs a good head on his shoulders, so that implies that the snowman didn't lose his head, that he lost his body. I don't know. It's weird. But the key is you can't, like, take any shortcuts, and as a kid, I was all about taking the shortcuts. But if you take any shortcuts, it'll just go off the side of the cliff rather than giving you the desired result. Once you figure that out, though, it's actually very, very easy. And the star's kind of high up for some reason. Not sure why. The star spawns are kind of weird sometimes in this game. There's one in TikTok Clock where you're doing the 8 red coins, and it's got that little, like, the little star pad below it, and that lets you know that's where the star's going to spawn when you get all 8. But it's, like, way up in the sky for some reason. It's really weird. I don't know why it's so far up there, but it is. Alright, I know there's a faster way to get to this one, but I'm going to do it legit, just for the sake of it. Might as well show it off. There's a lot of tricks to getting to the wall kick area faster, but this will do. Thank you, I appreciate that. Yep, I will do that. Nice! Usually can't get that to work. Mostly because of the camera. No, that's too high, isn't it? Nope, that was perfect. Cool. Really thought I was going to miss that jump. Those things make you, like, fly really high up in the air if you jump on them to kill them. Which is good in some situations, but here, not so much. Dude, I don't know what it is about this wall, but, like, you think for teaching you how wall kicks would work, that the wall would be a little bit better. This is just, like, a nightmare of a jump to make. When normally wall kicking is not that hard. Also, screw, like, slowly walking across that ice. I'm just not gonna do it. I took the long way to get there already. I'm not gonna do it. The short way to do it is to get one of those things that I just mentioned that they'll make you spin up in the air because they make you fall really slowly as well. And if you use one of those, you can just spin down to the star. There's one, like, near the top of the level, and you can just use it to glide all the way down. And that's the way to do it. Alright, World 5. Well, the good news is we're not having any issues with the audio this time, so hopefully that was just a one-time thing. Granted, this is being played on a completely different system, so that worries me. It might be the capture card, so I'm really hoping that's not the issue. I'm hoping OBS was just having an off day, or updating iTunes fixed the situation. Oh yeah, here's the demon piano. Don't ask me why, but ground pounding it usually causes it not to aggro against you until you get out of the way. I'm sorry, my ghosty friends, but I've got to get rid of you in order to continue. This is another pretty easy stage. You get the 100 coins and you just kind of maneuver through the rooms and you'll be fine. It's not like a lot of the later stages where it's actually semi-dependent on what star you pick in the stage. This one, as long as you don't pick the first one, you're fine, because this little area in the center will turn into a path to get you to the top floor. I could go the long way there, but I'd prefer to go through this door. It's a little bit easier. Yes, there's 5 of these dudes that'll drop 25 coins total, and then there's another 5 in the basement that will also drop 25, so there's half right there of what you need. But I don't like going across that bridge. It's thin and it disappears the second you step on it, so just easier to do this. Nothing quite shows how much of a broken mess this game is like fighting Big Boo. The fact you could just jump into him while he's invisible and then ground pound and he'll just reform because for a split second you weren't facing him, and so he takes a hit, just shows how broken this game can be. There's a lot of things that show how broken this game can be. That's one of many. We did it. We went on a ghost hunt, and we killed some ghosts, and they were very upset about it. That was not what I expected was going to happen. Also, I think there's a secret star out there in that Castle Grounds area if you are playing the DS version. Some of the coins are red coins and you have to kill all the boos. Don't really remember. Glad they omitted that. Alright, let's get to the merry-go-round. God, this song reminds me of the stupid Majora's Mask segment where you've got to get all the Gibdos killed. I'm just not big on carnival music. Whether it's creepy or not, it's just, I don't know, not a fan. Alright, Mr. Big Boo, will you come out and hang with us? Thanks. Let me give you a hug. Ghosts like hugs, right? There we go, 30. 5 more, we'll be halfway done the game. Which I know you can just cheat and do the infinite staircase glitch, but there's the requirement for doing the second Bowser fight before we've done the first one, which was 8. Alright, I always forget about this one. Alright, Hana books. Must be Goosebumps. That ain't the right door. Let's try that again. Is it you? No. I don't know why I always get the upstairs mixed up so much. Yeah, here it is. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's just center left. No, center right left. 2. Really? We're just borrowing from... whatever. Well, I guess Ocarina of Time borrowed from this because it was 2, 3, 1. It's the same puzzle you have to get to Queen Goma for. 23 is number 1. I mean, I know there's only so many combinations you can do, but the fact it's the same one with games that close together year-wise and on the same console, I suspect someone was being lazy. And for once it wasn't me. Dude, just hit the ghost. Please. Look like a nincompoop out there. Alright, seek the 800 coin. Yeah, let's just do it now. Let's just do the 100 coins. But first, me get this. Excuse you, Mr. I? Are you gonna... And that actually is his name. I'm not just making that up. There you are. I was wondering if you're okay. Whenever you beat these guys, they always drop a blue coin. Gotta get my health back up. There are some coins on the outside of the mansion. I usually don't bother with these, but if you really care, you can. There's some spiders and junk. They look really bad, though. But yeah, they'll drop 3 apiece. I don't remember if this is a 1-up or a set of 10. No, it's a set of 10. I guess it might be worth coming back here for that then. There's also a door back there that'll lead you to 2 of the boos that I defeated in episode 1, but they can go through that giant boo painting that's in that room, so you can also just lure them out while you're there collecting the actual red coins, so best not to waste the time. Alright, 29. What a year it will be, 2029. We'll finally have those floating cars. We won't. People can't drive normal cars correctly like 9 times out of 10. Why would we give them flying cars? It's the one upside of knowing that I work on the second story of a building is that a car can't hit me as easily. Alright. Come on down. Where'd your friend go? There he is. Hello, Mr. Ghost. I require your blue coin. Oh yeah, he is following me around. Alright, cool. I didn't think he was. It's hard to tell when you can't move the camera in rooms like this. Alright, this time... Nope, I do want to skip that part of the room. I was going to say there's something over on that half, but no, there's not. Should have another 12 here. 2 from that. 4 from the ghost. Or 5 from the ghost. I don't know where I got 4 from. And another 5 from you. I could drop down there and get the 25 from the dudes, but I'm not going to. Is it having the audio issues? Give me a minute while I'm just listening to it. And it still sounds good on my end. Are you sure it's having audio issues? I guess I could pull it up real quick on my end, if I can move the mic a little bit. There we go. I guess I can pull it up here as well and see if there's any issues, but I'm not hearing any difficulty. Which means you're probably going to get a bit of echo. No, I'm not having any audio issues, so I think it's working fine this time. Alright, cool. Good to know. Alright, let's keep going. Don't know why the audio's going. It's not on my end, it's working just fine. It was not working on my end last time we were having that issue, but it's working fine now for me. I have it on my iPad and on my PC, and I checked both, and they're both running fine. Is this gonna... There we go. I was gonna say... I don't think anything is in the other two rooms for coins. That just leads to a balcony with nothing on it. Which I don't know why it's there, but it does. So we'll just grab the remaining 10 coins from up here. Every time I see that jump, I just get reminded of how much trouble I had with it as a kid. And then I also remember why I had trouble and why I still should. But I know how broken the game is and know how to get past that. Alright, there's the 100 coins. Let's go back and get the 8 red coins. Dude, I was trying to do the dive. What are you doing? There you go. Plop. Alright, there's 19 lives. Alright, Big Boo's balcony. The remaining 2 stars. One is the one I can't do, obviously, which is the hidden eye. Oh, right, no, there are only 6 stars in each stage. 7th one is the 100 coins. I always forget that. I don't know why I have such trouble remembering that, too. This one's not too terribly hard. This one only sucks when actually getting to the star. That's the worst part of doing this one. Because otherwise you're just fighting Big Boo again, and he's not tough. Case in point. Literally the only crappy part is the fact they put the star up on the top of the roof. Wait for the camera to shift around. Alright, there we go. That's a one. Oh, I guess I'd grab it. Why not? That's probably the cleanest run I've ever had of that star. I got up there pretty quickly, I killed Big Boo very quickly, and didn't have to go up to the top multiple times to get to it. So that worked out good. And that's all we can do there for now, because we have no Vanish Cap. And in fact, that is all we can do without fighting Bowser. Unless you want to count Secret Stars, but I'm not going to. So fight Bowser number 1 we shall. Because let's see, you could get 2 from the slide, another 2 from the slide, 1 from the Jolly Roger secret. I think those are the only 2 offhand I could think of. Obviously you'll get 1 from this from doing the 8 red coins. You better get up there, boy! There you go. Alright, I'm gonna wait. Because you need this switch again for, another thing. There we go. It's always the worst part of the stage, is that front red coin. Dude, there was a platform there. Don't tell me there wasn't. I gotta do that again, man. I was doing good. Usually have a lot of problems getting that red coin. Yeah, that's what I expected to happen the first time. Dude, just go get the coins, please. Stop dicking around here. There you go. That's normally what I try to do, but I've been having a lot of problems with the side hop going as I planned for it lately. Or I can't make it do that side hop at the angle I'm expecting it, so he'll just go right back into the fire, which of course isn't going to help anything. Alright, let's just skip that entirely this time. I always love this music. This is such good music, too. It's like perfect build-up music. I'm not gonna be stupid this time, I'm just gonna walk onto it. And we'll just wait there. Thankfully, there are no 100 coin stars to pick up in these levels, because that would be awful. It really does pay to walk and not run in this game sometimes. That was a 1-up in that box if you really cared. Yeah, I see the coin back there. I'm not going to go for that one yet. Alright, I don't know what you were trying to pull there, but let's not do it again. Dude! Seriously, it's a simple triple jump. You've made multiple in this level. There you go, that's better. Like, you can long jump it, but it's like a triple jump works just fine. I'm just gonna not deal with that. Punch that guy off the stage. Sorry for the crappy camera angle, but there's really not a good camera angle to get there. And really, that's about the worst of it. Alright, alright, alright. Let's do this. I swear half the time doing like backflips, side hops, whatever, is just to prevent awkward... Well... Just things are shaped awkwardly sometimes, like that platform was, and so as a result, it's just a case of best not to mess with it at all. And so you just backflip to skip it completely, or side flip, or triple jump just to skip the platform completely. Alright, Mr. Bowser. That was graceful. There we go. Nah, I missed. Oh, no, I didn't miss. Okay. I would not have given that to me, but I'm glad you did. Did not deserve that in the slightest. And this game is in 3D. Look at all our fancy three-dimensional angles. You can tell they're just showing off when they do that. You can tell. Alright. Alright, audio still sounds good on my end, so that's a good sign. I think the first thing I'm going to do here is get the caps and go back and finish Worlds 1 and 3. And 5. Or, sorry, 3 and 5, not 1, 3, and 5. You already finished World 1, dude. Back for that later. If I recall correctly, you need 20 for the first rabbit star and then 50 for the second one. Alright, I'm not actually going to start Hazy Maze right now. I'm just going to go in and get the... That's the wrong way. And go get the metal cap. Oh! This is such a weird stage with a lot of jumps you have to make. You have no idea how tempting it is to get that star up there right now. It's like the easiest one in this stage to get. Alright, Dory, where are ya? There you are. This is another thing I never truly understand about how this game works, is how Dory can... Like, I get you have to stand on the right to make her go right and the left to make her go left, but I think it's just the combination of the camera angle and that mechanic just does not serve itself well. Game, contrary to popular belief, most people like to see what they're doing. like to see what they're doing, meaning they will not do that. Or whatever you're doing, game. I don't know what you're doing, and I don't want to know. Come on, just let me get back up there. There we go. Like, seriously, how much animal abuse must this poor creature go through in order for me to be able to get where I need to go? I'm gonna have PETA calling my ass out for this. Alright. Thankfully, the Metal Cap course itself is the easiest of the red coin courses by a landslide. Since this is basically a Starman as well, because you can't take damage from anything. Dude, give me that. Okay, there's that. Sure, we'll save. See what I mean? Really easy hit red. It's not the easiest in the game, but it's still pretty dang easy. Gimme. Peace. Peace be with you. Dude, I didn't want to quit the game. What a cheap way of making me lose all my lives. Worked hard for those. Now I'm going into the stages I don't like playing, except for Lethal Lava Land, and it's just like, oh, I hear you had all these lives. It would be a shame if something were to happen to them. Really, Shifting Sandland's probably the only one where I might lose a life or two. Unless I just do something stupid in Hazy Maze Cave, which is possible. Alright, let's just not deal with the bunny. Bunny doesn't matter if it feels for you, even though it's money. Easter's long gone, my man. It's time to move over for the real holidays like 4th of July. Yeah, I'm sure that door's nice and rusted by now. Okay, this one actually kind of sucks getting the 8 red coins for. So basically, just start on the left, go all the way across to the right, grab the 1-up if you want it, then go back down to center, and there's another 1-up. Go down, and right. And that's the 4 you need on the slide. Because you cannot get back up there, so don't even bother trying if you miss one of those. That, I believe, is just coins. Even if it wasn't 1-up, I really don't care. That's the part that kind of sucks, because you have to hold to the right. But not too much. How much is kind of just a trial and error, unfortunately. Oh my god, I did it in 1 try. I'm actually quite proud of that. That is easily the hardest one to get of the 8 red coins in the cap stages. I'm trying to remember what they did for these stages in the DS version, and I think they were just ones you had to do with Luigi and Wario for Vanish and Metal, respectively. I think. But there was only one power-up, and it was the flower, and it did different things to your character depending on who you were playing as. Actually, no, I can go up this way. Doesn't really matter. We'll just zoom on back to World 3. Dude, get over there. Beautiful dive. 10 out of 10. Alright. Through the jet stream. Can finally do this one. I just gotta remember where the cap actually is. Ah, there it is. That was easy. Give me that. Right, get over there. We don't have a lot of time. This cap does not last very long. See what I mean? That was why I didn't want you to dilly-dally. But somebody had to be taking their sweet time. I'm sure he couldn't have done that when I had the metal cap. Get the cap. Thank you. There you go. Now that's how you run. By not running at all and just long jumping to use that momentum to get everywhere. And we have more than enough time to get it now. Easy. I do like how they use that puzzle twice in the game, by the way. It's also used in Dire Dire Docks. It does not change. It is the exact same puzzle. It's a shame they don't make you combine the caps too much. They only make you do that once. It'd be cool to see more combinations of them, but I get why they don't. Alright, now for the last part of the cleanup. Get out of here. And I die in the secret room. Which, once you have the vanish cap, this one's pretty dang short. Go on. There you go. I don't remember if there's a vanish cap on the 3rd floor or not, so I'm not going to risk it. Since the vanish cap and wing cap last longer than the metal cap for some reason, it's not too big a deal to just get this one. Not sure why, but they do. Now we gotta sit here and wait for this to wear off. Hi. If you leave these guys alone for long enough, they will actually like shoot little balls of eye goo at you. Which the eye goo is like this really weird, like purplish-ish color. It actually looks kind of cool, but you don't ever get to see it because you don't just stand there and let him kill you. Very nice. So I think with that, I am going to go ahead and end it off. Short version of the story is the test ran fine. We had no audio, well, I had no audio problems on my end. Never had the skip or anything like that, so we will be doing Twilight Princess 3-heart run tomorrow. I'll see where I can fit it in time slot-wise. If we do start having that problem, then that means it's a problem with the capture card, and I hope to God that's not the issue, because that's my good capture card being used. If it was just a one-time fluke, great. If it was me needing to update stuff that OBS and iTunes both used, great, that's all fixed. Hopefully it will not be an issue, but I will be trying to stream sometime tomorrow, but I'm also getting close to losing my voice, and I'd like to keep that for tomorrow, so we are going to end things off here. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow for more of Twilight Princess 3-heart run. Later. So they can get rid of this. Away with you. Later. Actually, before we go, I'll click on the right window, and we will find a raid target. What are people up to in the world away from, if anybody's playing Super Mario Sunshine. We can give them the horrors of that. And trying to go for lower amounts of viewers. How's this guy's microphone? I usually try not to send you to people with awful microphones. Problem is that whenever you're doing speedruns like this, you usually don't talk because you're trying to focus on what you're doing, so... Good lord, this guy's good. Not like world champion good, but pretty dang good. Better than I'd ever be on it, for sure. Yeah, we'll just send you to Josh. Why not? He's playing Splatoon. That's kind of like Mario Sunshine. Happy birthday, Super Mario Sunshine. Except not really. Alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow for more 3 Heart Run of Twilight Princess, where we will tackle the almighty Temple of Time and its weird boss. Temple of Time's just weird in that game, just in general. See you guys tomorrow.